Alrighty, hey guys, Stan the Man here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're just going to be continuing our countdown to WrestleMania 41 that's taken place in Las Vegas this year. And the WrestleMania that we're going to be reviewing today is WrestleMania 32, which took place in Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium. This was all the way back in 2016. So I guess without any further ado, let's get right into this. So up first, we have Chris Jericho taking on AJ Styles. Now, 2 months before, at the Royal Rumble, AJ Styles made his debut to WWE for the first time ever, basically. I mean, yeah, he did 10 years before, but he didn't really make it on the roster. But anyways, so leading up to it, Chris Jericho and Styles actually were teammates for like one whole week. They literally made a t-shirt. And then Chris Jericho turned on him the next week or some shit like that, typical Chris Jericho. And then, Styles was costing Jericho a few matches here and there. They didn't have very much time to really build the story, but I still think they did a pretty decent job. And it's crazy to think that this was AJ Styles' first WrestleMania. But yeah, of course, this match was really good. Freaking AJ doing 450 splash springboards, whole bunch of close calls from Jericho and shit like that. Now, unfortunately, Chris Jericho ended up getting the win over AJ, but I guess it kind of makes sense because at that time he had only been in the company literally 2 months, and after the Rumble, Vince told him, like, dude, I got like 1,000 guys that could do the stuff you do, but he somehow was able to impress Vince to be on the card. But yeah, there was still no way he was gonna win the match, but luckily AJ, he's had multiple good WrestleMania moments. Up next, we have The Undertaker taking on Shane McMahon in the Hell in a Cell match. Now, basically, Shane McMahon wanted to run Monday Night Raw, and he wasn't allowed to. There was like a rivalry with Vince, Stephanie, and Shane. Shane wanted to run Raw. So Vince said, well, okay, you can, but you have to beat The Undertaker at the Hell in the Cell. Dude, the lead up to this was actually really good. I remember Shane McMahon freaking jumping off the corner of the ring all the way through the table, putting Taker through it. He cut his head with the television monitor. It was basically Undertaker going after the rich kid's dad, or the rich kid, the son of the dad. The match was absolutely insane. Now, it wasn't the best, but for spots-wise, it was pretty incredible. Choke slams on the steel steps, tombstone pile drivers, steel chairs, and then, you guys know, of course, they break out of the cell or whatever. Shane knocks Taker out with the television monitor, and he climbs up the Hell in the Cell, and sure should have not, Shane McMahon jumps off the Hell in the Cell, and The Undertaker moves out of the way. There was the splash pad and everything underneath, but dude, I remember he got hurt on his belly button, and he tore his shoulder or something. It was absolutely insane. Now, until that moment, I don't think I really remember anybody intentionally, purposefully jumping off the Hell in the Cell. And, there's no way you're ever going to forget that. And I also forgot the iconic moment where Undertaker has Shane on his back, putting him in a headlock, and Taker runs and jumps through the other table, taking Shane out. It was just a cool moment. I guess it was, to me, also one of the Undertaker's somewhat last good, cool moments, I guess, where he actually didn't look out of shape just because he was wrestling someone like Shane McMahon that isn't really a quote-unquote actual wrestler. And then we make it to the main event, where Triple H is defending the WWE Championship against Roman Reigns in the main event. Now, basically, this was kind of... Triple H was still the authority, basically controlling who he wants to be the champion. And the whole story was putting Roman Reigns through hell. At this time, the League of Nations a lot. Sheamus, Rusev, Del Rio, and Wade Barrett. Basically, they were Triple H's stooges a lot, costing Roman Reigns the World Championship anytime they could. Same as Sheamus. Sheamus was a big thorn in his side. But we make it to the Royal Rumble, where this is the first time I believe Roman Reigns was the WWE Champion, and the winner of the Royal Rumble won the WWE Championship. Basically, Roman Reigns took out Triple H, put him on the shelf for a couple months, and number 30, he returned, basically beats the living shit out of Roman, and he throws him out of the ring. So it's Triple H and Dean Ambrose, I believe, at the end. Throws out Ambrose. Triple H wins the WWE Championship. So, the weeks after that, there was a lot of backstage fights and confrontations between the two. And we finally make it to the main event. This was the really badass entrance, too. I remember, this is the one where Triple H entered with the championship and all the, alien guys were following him with the WWE Championship as well, which, that was a really cool entrance. This was when Roman Reigns was still super, super hated, but overall, I still liked the match, though. Very physical. Remember Triple H did a spinning neckbreaker off the table onto the floor. In the beginning of the match, he literally grabs Roman and just chucks him over the ropes onto the floor, manhandles him to hell. But, again, it was a really good match. I thought it was good. In the end, Roman Reigns wins. He does the thing where he bounces off the rope a shitload of times when Triple H has the hammer and spears him. But, yeah, he gets the win. Overall, I thought it was a really good match. The booing and shit for Roman, yeah, we weren't really liking it because, the jamming down our throat. But still, it was a good moment. I thought it was a cool match. But, yeah, guys, that's going to be it for this WrestleMania. Comment down below what you thought of the show, what your favorite matches were, and just overall what you thought of the show. But, yeah, that's going to be it for this video. And I will see you in the next video where we will be reviewing WrestleMania 33.